you have to do to really figure out inside of yourself, am I okay or is there a bigger issue? Because it just trickles. And when you keep going and you stay on that autopilot, it kind of just screws you over in the long run.
Yeah, that is powerful. Right. I'm curious as well when you mentioned how, you kind of waited the last minute for your mental health journey. And I want to talk about your mental health journey as well, because I know you're a mental health advocate. Is when you say you waited till the last minute, what do you mean by that? Like, was there something that kind of transpired or kind of happened where, like, was there anything traumatic behind it? Or, like, what do you mean by last minute?
Yeah, so we ended up, I had that crash, and then I want to say about 2 weeks later, we ended up going to Utah for a national. And I'd gone there and I ended up just crashing again. And it wasn't as bad at all, but I crashed 2 days in a row, which is very unlike me when it's not like directly caused by me. Because throughout my season, I'd obviously been wrecked out a lot. There were other crashes that I was a part of that weren't really directly because of me. Well, these two crashes were directly because of me. Like they were mess ups that I had made, just me being sloppy, careless. And it ended up leaving me in the back of the truck, like in the back seat, just crying for almost the whole drive home from Utah, just saying I was done racing, I was over it. And around that time, I want to say that's when I just wanted to stop with bikes altogether because I was doing freestyle, I was doing racing, I was very active, I was in the gym doing CrossFit. Like I was doing everything I could to be as proactive as possible to becoming like the next level, like a champion. And at that point, I just remember breaking down and saying, like, I don't want to do anything anymore. Like, nothing makes me happy. Like, I don't want to go out with my friends. I don't want to go ride my bike. I don't even want to go to the track to go see all my friends and family. Like, I literally just want to stay in my room or stay at home and I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to do anything. Like, it got to the point where I didn't want to eat. Like, all I wanted to do was just stay in my room and just do anything but everything, if that makes sense. So, at that point, I think I finally had just come to the realization after feeling miserable and just in this depression that I remember sitting on the couch and telling my parents, like, look, I can't help myself anymore, and I've tried to just tough it out and try to read all the different informationals about what to do with PTSD and things like that, which I hadn't even known it was PTSD at the time. Just that's what had kind of been aligning with what I had been looking up with what I was dealing with. So
Yeah.
when the therapist confirmed that, I was like, okay, so I'm not crazy. Google doesn't always lie. Um, but I remember sitting down and telling my parents, like, look, like I feel depressed. I feel like I can't help myself, and I feel like if I don't do something right now or within the next like couple days, like I don't know where it's gonna go and I really don't want to find out. So whatever we can do to start getting in the process of seeing a therapist, talking to someone who's been through something traumatic, things like that, that's when I finally kind of made that step in that direction because I didn't know where it was gonna go and I like I said didn't want to find out and I didn't want to roll those dice and become part of anything that could be unforgivable or unreversible.
Yeah, absolutely. So it sounds like your parents are really, really big part of your support system, your support group. How much of an impact have your parents had just within your life, like in terms of, growing up and BMX, injuries, mental health, everything?
Um, I would say that they've kind of been on a roller coaster with it all, to be honest. I mean, they support me with every single thing that we do, but they're hard on me, but not hard on me, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of times where growing up, I wouldn't want to go to the gym. And they would tell me, like, well, we're paying for you to go to the gym, so you have to go to the gym. So I remember being pissed at like 14, 15, because I'm like, I don't want to go to CrossFit. Like, I would rather go out with my friends, or like, I want to eat like crap today. Like, I want to go eat fast food. I don't want to have to be eating clean and things like that, or to get an earful if I didn't. So I remember times like that would really annoy me with them. But at the same point, how much that they cared and how much emotion that I could hear in their voices in the videos when I listened back to them. And even now, there's some videos that'll catch me off guard because my mom is the loudest one that you will ever hear in the bleachers. Like, it doesn't matter where it is. We were in Scotland and she was the only voice I heard and thousands of people in the place. I was just like, this lady's crazy. Like, I don't know her, guys. Like, she's a stalker. I'm sorry.
That's cute.
But she's the loudest one. So listening back to any videos, like whenever I can hear her, it trips me out because you can definitely tell like she's just as invested as I am in it. And obviously she's not the one on the track, but she's the one who is supporting me on the track. And Yeah, just hearing whenever they hurt, like whenever like I would crash or I would be hurt and be like moping around the house because I was having to limp around or I couldn't open up things because my arm was messed up, things like that. Just seeing how like much that they empathize with me and how much that they felt bad, but like wouldn't tell me directly because we're a very tough love family. Like we don't really say like how we feel in our family. It's just very like actions, you know? Like you know those memes about like, yeah, I told my dad that I liked this book in April and he bought me it for Christmas. Like there's things like that's literally my dad. So we're not like an emotional family like that. But when it comes to showing up for each other when it matters, we'll show up. So every one of those videos always reminded me of that. And just seeing them literally travel everywhere with me and sacrifice so much of what they have just for me meant a lot. So it's kind of been like my mission to try and give that back to them as I've progressed with doing everything that I'm doing now. Show them that like there was a purpose to it and that it was worth it.